All right, y'all. Yeah, so nah, that shit was just crazy just now. That shit was crazy, y'all. But I tell y'all though, man, I feel like I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I feel like as we go forward, as black, I'm telling y'all, all neuromelanated people, like black people, they got hair like me and shit. Hey, y'all watch out, cause these people gonna start turning up even more. We already got our own brothers and sisters against us. You know what I mean? How we're divided, that'll hate you more than an unnatural person, right? Protect y'all energy, man. Protect y'all energy. Whatever y'all gotta do to protect y'all energy, protect that shit. You know what I mean? Cause it's bad out here. I'm glad that y'all got to see that shit on my video. Like I got that on the internet. Y'all seen like, yeah, I gave him. He was even if I would have put the camera on his face, y'all. He's so racist that when I had the money for the black and mild, before I even put it in his hand, he was trying to act like I didn't have it, you know? And then it was like, I didn't know I was 1 cent short. But let's be real, y'all. Nobody is tripping over 1 cent. You know what I mean? But the fact that he was acting how he was acting before he even saw what I had and I put it in his hand, it let me know that it was already about to be a situation. Because his energy was off. Like he was already in that energy of trying to like create something, you know? And it's so sad. Somebody of his own genetic makeup seen the shit. They seen him. Remember I told y'all they're gonna start acting more wild. They're gonna start getting more hostile, more rambunctious. All of that the animals that make them up as an organism, that shit is gonna start coming out more and more. And we gotta be really nervous about that shit, cause remember our children are subjugated to them. You know? We're abiding by all their laws while they're still trying to implement new laws to destroy us, you know, and to have us in more psychological warfare, you know, for real. So it's like, I'm telling y'all, black man to black man. I don't even nigga, I'm talking to all the black men right now. Even you black men, unless you already sold out in a way, like you heard children or something, I'm not talking to you. You know, like purposely and shit, knew what you was doing, I'm not talking to you. You know, even if it wasn't even directly against me and even someone else, like any type of shit like that, behavior like that, no, I'm not talking to you, you know? It's already a wrap from you and you're going to be dealt with. You feel me? I'm not even going to front. You're going to be dealt with, you know? But in the same way that we're going to be dealt with, that turned our backs on each other or did foul stuff to each other involving children and stuff like that, the same, it's going to be real bad for them. Because I'm telling y'all, these beings are already here. That's gonna feast on it. You know what I'm saying? Like that one, like I can never pronounce this shit, but I watched this shit for like a lot of years. And Mr. MB33 or whatever, and Gina Marie, and like I used to watch like Remedy 8. I used to watch B-Dale. Like I remember when I watched B-Dale, it was when he had a different intro. He didn't, his new intro, how he had set up, he had the old John. You know what I'm saying? I watched like a lot of different people speak on stuff. I saw Rod Hayes speak on a lot of stuff. You know, I appreciate what he's doing. I appreciate what Kalai is doing. I even appreciate what Rashad is doing, you know? Like one thing that's certain that I see within all of us from a collective standpoint, I'm not calling out no names. I got no negative energy towards anyone, but from a standpoint on the internet, us that are talking about the real issues, even if some of us know more of it than others and shit like that, y'all, we got to come together, y'all. Fuck all the other shit. I'm being real with y'all. Because this spirituality, I'm getting goosebumps saying this shit. I'm really telling y'all, it's a lot of spiritual people on the internet that's taking this shit like a trend. It's not a trend. Us being oppressed, them living off of us, and the lack of our awareness and shit like that, that's not a fucking trend, y'all. Ain't nothing kind and happy about that shit. So it shouldn't be being expressed like that, you know, as in a way like that it's normal or accepted and this is just what it is. It shouldn't be expressed like that in no shape, way, or form, y'all. You know? No shape, way, or form should it be being expressed like that. Like it's some regular behavior. You feel me? So that's like a big problem. We definitely got to come together on that. And like I said, these beings are here. Now these beings are here. Venom is gonna feast on them, whether they know it or not. That nigga is gonna feast on their ass. Because you gotta think about it. You gotta think about it. Like, they don't have the same genetic makeup as us, right? But everything that their DNA consists of, even if everything that their DNA consists of, even the fact that they got to eat meat and stuff, right? All of that shit, right? All of that shit. That shit is gonna show, and these beings are gonna be able to feast on them. Now, y'all think I'm lying like everything else that I said or other people even said, you know? Watch how this shit goes down. For real, y'all. Because the biggest problem out of everything, how it would all coincides, like the biggest problem is that, I'm gonna tell y'all the biggest problem. Definitely that we're all one human race. That's like one of the biggest lies. But one of the biggest problems is just how long that we've been living like this. And like how long we've been living like this for it to be deemed as normal. Like that's like one of the biggest problems. It's like, because people was born into this because of the generational curses overdone. Like you grew up when you were born or whatever, you know, in this system and how it is, the destruction was already here. So it's all you know. You don't think nothing else of it. You think you're supposed to be living like this. You think you're supposed to be going to school. You think you're supposed to be working on a planet where stuff is in abundance for everybody. Not questioning. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the biggest problems, the disconnect right there. You know? That's why every time like generations go by and shit, and we've been living like this, they got more happy. Because it just meant more psychological slavery, more damage, you know? More division. More so the future ones that are coming in that are going to be aware of what they are. They're going to be combative against the ones that's been in this destruction longer than they have. You know, it's going to be hard for them to believe them because they've been living this way longer than they have. You know, and tell me that's not kind of like what's happening now, right? You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm seeing all of it like that's like a really big problem. That's one of the main defenses of people not listening to you and thinking you're just crazy whenever you bring truth to them. Anything that's in the category going against life, not how you've been living. You get what I'm saying? They're gonna look at you. They're gonna look at you like they're gonna look at you like damn, like, you know, you're definitely talking gibberish. Because this isn't how I'm living. This isn't what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be doing everything that we've always been doing. You know? That's the enslavement right there. You know, the fact that you get up. You know, the same way, you really think about it, the same way how you get up and you got to go to work and stuff. It's kind of the enslavement of the educational system isn't that far off. But I be explaining this because y'all don't get it. The only difference is by the time you got to go to work, you're already socially programmed off of the education system and stuff that by then you're not even questioning nothing. You're just going along. If you was, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm basically trying to tell y'all. That educational system, it furthers that destruction. You get what I'm saying? It drills it in more. So you know what I mean? So real quick, you're not even questioning that you're in school or why you there. And then you're not even questioning why you go to work. You just wake up and then be like, oh, there's no other way to live but for me to go to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't understand the psychological damage of like what's really work and then what's infringed ways. Because they're separate. They are not the same. You know? Of course, it's work that you do, but But I wouldn't even consider it work, because us in our highest state, y'all, the stuff that we would be doing to better our planet, what we're creating, our structures, are like all of these things, right? Us just not living in this way will have us not in a docile state. And as our anatomy is changing right now for the better, we're gonna be doing all them things using zero energy. So you can't even really say it's work. You know what I'm saying? You almost can't even say it's work, y'all. Because is it really work if you're doing it with zero energy? With just the thought of it? Is that really work? That's what I'm trying to tell you. They don't, but let me ask you though. If a meat eater knows that they can't do what sun eaters do, doesn't it seem like that they would try to have them live against their means, or a way of them not really in their true power, because they don't have that power? That kind of makes perfect sense, Not even just so you can not have your power, but you be in a docile state to your point that I can control you and I got you in fear, I got you traumatized. I got you on drugs, real drugs, the food, you get what I'm saying? And all the stuff that's here, that's against your means. And then you're fucked up after that. I'm controlling you. You don't even know who you are. You don't even know where you're going, So that's how it trickles down, y'all. And it's crazy as hell, but it's a real reality though. It's a real reality, y'all. And it's like I said, I'm so happy I've been aware right now and the time why it's shaking up, because I know just off of where we're at and how it's shutting down. Because like I said, people are trying to do this while it's shutting down. So you can't tell me if the ozone layer wasn't peeling back right now and the radiation increasing at the same time, right? Like if this system wasn't shutting down by the day, I know that people would still try to weaponize it and the last of it here, right? Towards the people that really know what's going on. It's proof of it that it's shutting down right now, and people are trying to do that. So people would be trying to do that if it wasn't shutting down. I know they're doing it more out of fear, because they want to admit that they're in fear of what they know they can't change, especially if they on the opposite end of it, right? And shit like that. Or can see certain stuff really what's about to happen. But even still though, y'all, like it's really bad out here. So when I'm breaking all this down to y'all, man, make sure you know yourself and what's going on, who you are, and all of that. That's all I'm gonna say. Make sure you're doing things, because where we at, y'all, the pressure of people that's trying to like go against people that's speaking truth and stuff, trying to shun them out, trying to trigger them, trying to get them to stop speaking truth as we're speaking more truth, right? They're about to get more mad, because all the stuff of us talking about this, all this real stuff, this is happening. You see a 3-eye atlas right now, You see the calls and the channels of people that's recording all the activity in the sky, You see the weather anomalies happening. Actually, it's so bad that really what's happening, everything on a large scale as it's happening, they're not even talking about it, even down to your missing children. Like how bad shit really is, like they're not talking about it, y'all. They're trying to block it out. The instruments that's showing the radiation levels, they're having them on a standstill. You know what I mean? It's just everything. It's so much shit, y'all. I really don't even want to go in on all of it right now, but it's so much shit. But that's why I'm just telling y'all, just make sure y'all keep y'all head. I'm from Baltimore, man. But keep y'all head though. Really keep y'all head, because where we're at, these people gonna try anything. Because some of them, even on the internet, the bots and stuff, some of them are trying to like not talk about these things, or talk about the opposite of it in a way of hoping that like you steer away from the truth and what you really know is truth and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? They don't want you really to It makes them mad when they can't change their decision of you seeing the truth, while they're not validating it, or them trying to tell you otherwise and you're not believing it and you still seeing stuff for what it is. They don't like that, you know. So somebody like me, I know a lot of people don't like I don't get on here and be like, oh, I got 5 more or else I'm not going live. About I don't care who likes my videos, who watches my videos, who doesn't watch videos. I'm doing my videos because I want to do my videos. You know what I'm saying? So you can't throw me off of that. Nobody can throw me off of that. My power doesn't come from like other people. My power doesn't come from other people validating me. A lot, you know, I'm 5 years separated from my child. You know, I know what I want, and really, I only want one person right now, and I just want Brittany. But even if me and Brittany don't end up together, like I'm not tripping. There's nothing I can do. You know, I can't make somebody be with me. I wouldn't even try to make nobody be with me. I wouldn't even want to be with somebody that wouldn't want to be with me. Like, you know, like the moment I come at her, I'm gonna come at her like one last time. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying one last time, like I told her and everything was going on, but I'm going to explain to her everything was going on and stuff and just see where her head's at with it. You know what I'm saying? If she don't feel the same and she not feeling me like that, then it is what it is. She'll never hear from me again. You know? Like, it is what it is. I don't really give a fuck no more. Like, honestly, like you know, I've been lied to and hurt in the worst way where it's like, I don't see a lot of stuff. You know? You know what I'm saying? I just know I'm here, I'm alive. I made it through another day. Niggas try to get me to react. I didn't. I know. I told him, I told him on the video, I say to Shorty, I said, there's a demon in you. I saw the demon right through him that was trying to get me to react. Like literally. Literally. It was so real. The complex organism that was behind me, he knew he was in the wrong. But let me tell y'all something. Whenever the complex cell organism is doing something wrong, it's very rare that their own species will call them out and put them in check. They're just gonna act like they don't like everything is fine. But see, if I would have reacted, that Asian man would have went for that though, and been like, "Oh, I seen a black man hit him or da da da," right? But the whole time he was out of order and how he was acting over 1 cent, the Asian guy didn't have nothing to say. See, that's what they do, y'all. When they see black people being abused, when they see us going through like stuff, like that nigga was doing all of that over 1 cent, over 1 penny, y'all, over 1 penny. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even want to ring up the one customer and put my money to the side over 1 penny. He was making it seem like I was holding up the store off of 1 penny. You know what I'm saying? And he was going to hold up the store off of 1 penny. You know, like he was on a mission. You know. So that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's like I'm like, it's not even 6 o'clock yet and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when I tell y'all, it's like niggas are trying to attack me on the reg, y'all. It's not no, this shit ain't no minor shit. Niggas just trying to make me react, y'all. They try and make me react. They try everything they can in me. So I'm gonna tap in with y'all in a little bit though. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tap in with y'all, yo.